Faith-Based Workplace YouTube channel. Once again, come back with another video. Told you I'm gonna try to start doing 2 a week. So this week is gonna be the first week we're gonna do 2. So this video we're dealing with, just gonna real quick, Narcissist acronym. This is things that I came up with, just broken down Narcissist, and you know, words that I thought related to each letter. I also have a couple of Bible verses we'll get into, but let's get right into it. Once again, before you, you know, if you haven't subscribed to this video, to this channel, go ahead, click that bell, and then also like and comment, and then, you know, share with your friends and family. Okay, narcissists. So we're going to start with the N, the letter N. Never trust them. Most of them are liars, manipulators, deceitful. So if you think about it that way, it's like spot on, the end, the never trust. When you think about it that way. Right next, we're going into the A, and like I said, we're going to do a spell out narcissist and break it down. They're abusers. So the abuse is emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. So they find different ways. It's almost like being in the military, you know, when you go to basic training and then the drill sergeant try to break you down. So that's kind of, to me, that's what the narcissist is trying to do. They're trying to break you down, and then they slowly build you back up. But in the end game, it's like they're going to use you. So that second letter, you know, A, is going to be abuser. R, they revengeful. So they like to get even. They will find different ways, and they might try to use your family against you. Oh, trust me, they'll do it. I've seen it happen. So they'll try to use your brother against you, or your sister, or, you know, depending if it's the parent involved, or if it's at work, you know, they're going to try to use, you know, your coworker that you thought was real good friends with. They're going to try to use them against you. So just practice discernment and make sure you're paying attention to what's going on when you're dealing with narcissists. C, they're controlling. So with controlling, they like to control the situation, control the narrative. They want to be able to tell people, this is what happened, this is what they did. Don't let them do that. Just go back to, remember what I was telling you about documenting? It's where you want to document things, and that way they don't have control. And don't let them control you if you can help. You know, work is kind of tricky, but make sure, you know, you're on the up and up on doing your job. So that way when they try to control situations or control things, they like to control. No matter if it's it be, you know, a meeting or whatever it is. They like to take over the meeting. It could be you giving a meeting. I had a situation before. I'm giving a safety meeting. Then you always got this one person that wants to take over the meeting. I'm like, if you want to teach the class, come up here and teach it. But they don't know they don't even know what's going on. Okay, moving right on. The I, they're intelligent. You gotta give them some credit. They are very intelligent. You gotta think about how many people they manipulate, how many people they lie to, how many people they destroy, you know, at work or even at home. So they're very intelligent. They're not stupid people. They're very intelligent. And you gotta remember you're dealing with spirits. So just remember that. The S. I believe they Satan fields. And what I mean by that, you're dealing with spirits. So I always talk about Ahab and Jezebel, but it's a bunch of other spirits like Leviathan and a bunch of other spirits that you're dealing with. So when I say Satan field, they into some evil stuff. They usually do evil things. They don't care about you, so just remember that. So there's a lot of evil in here and here in their heart. So you just gotta remember that. The next S, the next S, try saying that fast 3 times. They're strategic. So being that they got a plan. You know, you might not think they do, but they have a plan. You know, they plot. I'm gonna go after this person. I'm gonna get what I can get from them. I'm gonna use them for whatever, and then they throw you away like yesterday garbage. That's just how they do. So you got to remember that they're real strategic. So knowing that, you have to be on your game and make sure that you're paying attention to what's going on. Let's get into the first Bible verse. I like going to Proverbs. Proverbs always has some good verses, some good nuggets all over Proverbs. I mean, you can go anywhere in Proverbs, and the more I read it, the more this is becoming one of my favorite chapters in the Bible. I mean, it's just so many things, but I got 2 this time. So Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. So what I get from that, don't let a narcissist take you out of character. Think about that. Don't let a narcissist take you out of character. You gotta know when to pick your battles. You do. You have to know when to pick your battles. You have to know, what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do. Because you can't fight every battle. Because every battle is not meant for you to fight. Some battles, that's when you cast them on God. And you say, hey, you know what? I can't do this. I can't. Solomon can't do everything. I'm not a superhero. I can't do it. Look, I need help. I need help at work. I need help at home. I need help. So you cast all that on God, and then you go to him. But going back to the Proverbs, when they say a soft answer, turn away, just think about what you're about to do before you go off the handle and get angry and get into a cursing match or a fight or anything like that. Just think about it. Is this person really out to get me? Which it could be. They could be out to get you. But you want to think one step further. Is it really about me? Or is it about them? In most cases, it's probably about them. 9 out of 10 times, it's probably about them. So when you think of it that way, if it's really about them and it has nothing to do with me, they're angry maybe at something that happened at home. Maybe they're angry with themselves. Might just be angry because you're dealing with a spirit. So maybe they're just angry. So hey, knowing that, just go ahead and pray for them and keep it moving. Go drink your coffee. You know what I'm saying? Go drink your coffee. Have you some hot cocoa, or go in your corner and pray. If you got an office or cubicle, go do those things. Things that's gonna make you happy, and don't worry about what this person has going on. Okay, let's get back into the letter. So we only have a minute left. We just spelled out narcissist. They like to infiltrate your life. And what I mean by that is, and I wrote a post about this, they try to be you. It's weird, isn't it? So they go out of their way, they try to replace you. And this happens at work and at home. But at work, so this is what we're talking about. Let's say you've been there for years and you are the top, I'll go with safety, top safety performing supervisor or manager, whichever, where you want to go. They come in, they're going to try. Now, there's nothing wrong with people trying to be the best version of themselves. But when they try to do it to the point where they're going to hurt you in the long run and try to get your position, that's where the problem comes in. That's where I think the narcissists, they have a little confusion up here, a little, tic-tac brain or whatever you want to call it. Something's not, it's not registering up here. So that's when they try to take you out of character and they try to go for the jugular and go for your position. So if you realize that you're dealing with a narcissist, remember about the documentation, remember about the prayer, remember about books like Deliverance and Spiritual Warfare Manual, and reading your Bible. But just remember that you're not dealing with that person. Me and my wife talk about this all the time. You see flesh. You see, James or whoever the person you're dealing with, Sarah or whoever. So you see that person. You're not dealing with that person. Remember what I said earlier? Ahab, Jezebel, Leviathan, and there's a bunch of other spirits that we can go down the list. You might be dealing with any one of them. So we see flesh because that's what we see. But if we can see everything that's going on around us, we probably wouldn't even want to leave our house or probably get out of our bed because it's so much stuff, spirits and stuff flying around. Angels, good, great angels. But then you got evil demons coming around too that's trying to do things to us all the time, do things to our kids, and just it's just craziness. So just realize that person that you're talking to, it's a demon. And they might be possessed or something's wrong with them. But you need to make sure that you're in your right character. You're the best version of yourself. Keep saying that. And just, just have a woosah moment and say, you know what? This is not James. James usually don't act like this. Maybe James is having a bad day. But if James always act like this, maybe James is a narcissist, and maybe we need to handle James a little bit differently than what we usually do. Okay? Okay, moving right along. The next S, again, try to say that 3 times fast. What's crazy is some of them are in your family. Some of them are in your family, and obviously at work. And lo and behold, you got a narcissist in your family. My wife do great discussions on this. Matter of fact, you can check her out at I'll actually leave the description in the link below, but you can check out at narcfreeliving.com, and she talks a lot about narcissists in the family. So there you have that. But at work, remember, you got to watch your circle. So you got to watch, if you're a manager, or even if you're not a manager, you just got to watch what people you're dealing with at work, and realize all these people are not friends. Some of these people are just associates. So you got to pay attention to what's going on around you at all times. Remember, dealing with a narcissist or a few narcissists, people are out trying to get you. They out to try to do different things to you. So just make sure you prayed up. Make sure you prayed up. Make sure your faith is on overload, and you're doing everything you can to say, hey, I'm a follower of Christ. I believe in Jesus. This is what I'm doing. Okay? So let's go to the next letter, T. Me and my wife talk about this all the time. They time wasters. Think about all the time you have dealt with a narcissist, and they have wasted your doggone time. My wife have this other thing that she talks about, and then we looked it up, word salad. You ever got in a conversation with somebody, and it might have been a 10, 15, 20-minute conversation, and you leave the conversation feeling confused and don't know what just happened? Woo, let me tell you. That's one of them conversations that you just like, man, what just happened? What did I just get myself into? And you sitting back leaving the conversation like, I started asking them how they was doing. I wasn't expecting all that. And the conversation could have been about anything, but they took that time to just play, waste your time. 20, 30 minutes of your day, just waste it. You'll never get it back. I mean, time waits for no man or woman. So you'll never get that time back. So they just wasted your time. You sitting there like, just looking dumbfounded. Like, we really didn't talk about nothing. They might have been venting and just talking about craziness. And you're like, what did we just talk about? Trust me, I've had it happen to me. And I'm like, what is going on? What just happened? I just been on the phone with this person for like 45 minutes. And after I get off the phone, I just sit there for a few minutes and like, God, what just happened? And then I go talk to my wife and, explain to her what just happened. And she like, time wasters. Just wasted your time for no reason. And you didn't get nothing out of it. They might have got something out of it by wasting your time, and then they probably, if you said a few things that might have helped them along the way, yeah, they stole an idea from you or something, but you didn't get nothing out of that. So, hey, just think about that. So let's do the second Bible verse, and then we'll get into our last letter, and then we'll end this video. Back to Proverbs again, like I told you. This Proverbs 15:7, so from the same chapter, but went down a few verses down to chapter 7. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge, but the heart of foolish do it not so. Hey, you ever been taught as a kid that you wasn't supposed to say the word fool? I've been reading this so much in the Bible, and I've seen it before in the Bible, but now that I look at it and just unlearning things as I was a kid, man, I be saying fool all the time. I'm like, yo, stupid fool. Okay, maybe not like that. I don't be telling people that in person, but I say it sometimes. But it's right here in the Bible. I'm going to read it again. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge, meaning that wise people say wise things, basically. But the heart of foolish do it not so. So people that are fools or foolish or act crazy or narcissists, like we're talking about, they're not going to give you no wise counsel. You're not going to go to a narcissist probably to, that wouldn't be the best person to go to get marriage advice from. Or they probably would tell you how to get a divorce because they're pretty good at doing that. But they won't be telling you how to get save your marriage. And they do tell you something to save marriage can be surface level. So you can't even use that. So be wise in all that you do. And, just know about narcissists and how they react to things. And, you can tell when somebody's trying to fool you or trying to play you for stupid or play you for a fool. Just realize that people come at you from all different ways, no matter if they, someone you might know. I've been looking at that lately, and people that I thought I was close to, thought I was real close to, come to find out, I really wasn't that close to them, So that's where that wise knowledge comes into play. The more you read your Bible, and the more you study, you start to realize, you know what? Something not right. Something not adding up. 1 + 1 ain't 5. Not where I add it, but it's not. So, they showing you these things. They showing you these traits that I just went over. with this acronym, a narcissist, something's there. Think about it. Do a little bit of studying. Don't take it from me. Just start doing some reading. Start going on YouTube, watching videos like this. Start going, doing your research on Google and things of that nature. Just start looking into it. And don't just look at, just read one article and think you know it. Start doing some research. Research like in high school or in college where you got to go write that paper. You want to do some real research and real reading. Get you some books and things and figure out what is going on. Why is this person acting like this? And you probably can figure it out. Yeah. So don't let them fool you. Be on guard. Be wise. And know what's going on. The last letter, which is a S, they seek to kill, steal, and destroy. We've all heard that before about Satan. That's why I made reference to Satan field earlier. That's why I'm coming back to this. They seek to kill, steal, and destroy. They out to destroy your character. They out to destroy you as a person. They out to steal from you. It may be money. It may be your wife. It may be, you know what? It might be your job. I mean, think about it. We're at work. We're talking about work, faith-based workplace, having faith at work, and, making sure that's the base of everything. Well, they might be trying to steal your position. Remember, I just talked about it earlier. They strategic, and then they also revengeful. So if you do something to you, if you do something to them, they're gonna go out of their way to get you back. If you do something to them, they are gonna go out of their way to get you back. And I just want you to think about that for a second. That how many people you've done something to, was it even intentional? Not at all. But you done something to them and they went out of their way to get you back. Now, you got to think, was this a narcissist? Is this what Solomon's talking about? I'm not saying in all cases that this is narcissist, but they got some signs might be there. You might be able to take some of these letters and be like, I can't trust James. James is abusive, verbally abusive and emotionally abusive. He pretty much is. Oh, you know what? James is strategic. He like to plan stuff out, whether it's good or bad. You know what? He's a time waster. James is a time waster. Just saying, if some of these fit coming out of his acronym, let's think about that for a second. Maybe you're dealing with a narcissist. I mean, think about it. I'm saying James is just a name, so sorry to everybody named James out there, but you know what I'm saying. It could be anybody if they fit some of this stuff. And you read these Bible verses, Proverbs 15, verse 1, Proverbs 15, verse 7. You look at it a little closer. Yeah, you might be dealing with a narcissist, and maybe they Ahab or Jezebel or one of these other spirits that's mentioned in the Bible that we're going to dig into a little bit more, because they at work. It's not just like they in our families. They at work too. We work with these people all the time. And sometimes, to be honest with you, probably the less you talk to them, the better off you are. Hate to say that, but it's the truth. You don't want to be the outsider, but sometimes it might be good to be the outsider. But don't listen to me on that. You want, make sure, like I said, make sure you're praying for these people. Try to get into some of these circles, and see what's what. Because it might be needed for you to talk about God and talk about your faith and things of that nature. So just remember, go through this acronym that I just laid out for you. Some of these things fit. I'll leave it at that. Once again, this is Faith-Based Workplace YouTube channel. Click the bell so you can get subscribed to the channel.